Walk away and stop expecting positive things from a hater. Now, I'll be the first to say I don't like to give my energy to haters. And honestly, I thought I was done with this thing a long time ago, like in high school or maybe even college, only to discover that it never ends. It never ends. Haters always find a way to seep in. They sneak into your life sometimes. And again, sometimes they've been there all along. And sometimes people develop into a hater. They weren't always haters. They were an acquaintance. I'm not going to say they were a friend because friends remain friends, but they were an acquaintance at some point. And then you changed or you started to succeed and they developed a jealousy towards you. So I have to speak on haters because they exist and they will continue to exist. I have clients of all ages. It never ends. I hate to be the one to break it to you, but the hate never ends. Because as long as you are doing something productive and you look like something and you're about something, the hate is going to come. See, it's not going to come when you're just a bum and you're not doing anything. So if you are doing something with yourself and your life and you're always learning new things and you're enjoying yourself, oh, Lord forbid you enjoying yourself, and they see that you're happy, that's when they start to try and have an effect on you. So why do I say walk away and stop expecting positive things from haters? Because you're never going to get positive things out of them. And the positive things that you do get out of them are going to be fake. They're going to be acting. They're going to put on a show for you. Okay, so what do we look for from people, particularly that we love and care about or keep close to us? We look for favor. We look for approval. We look for affirmations, words of affirmation. We look for enthusiasm. We look for support. We look for reassurance. We look for encouragement. Well, guess what? A hater is not going to give you any of that. And if they do try to give you just a little taste of it, it's going to have some shady undertones to it because they don't want you to get too big-headed. They're already not wanting you to exceed beyond them. So they're always going to try to knock you down a peg or two. All right, so some things a hater will withhold from you to try and get under your skin are things like wishing you a happy birthday. A hater will fail to keep their word. They'll tell you that they're going to do something and then abruptly change their mind, and it becomes a pattern. A hater will withhold likes from you on social media. Yes, this has to be said because that is exactly what they do. Or I'll do you one even better. Sometimes a hater will comment or show you love in your private DMs, but they won't do it publicly on your page. Why? Because they don't want anyone else to see it. They don't want to give you that credit. As stupid as this sounds, they don't want to build your head up. Why? Because they see other people commenting and other people complimenting you, and they don't want to add to it. Or it very well could be that they've expressed to someone else how much they don't like you, and they have to keep up the facade in front of them. So, they do it privately in your DMs because they don't want the other person to see it. That's why I said it's all an act. They'll do other things like withhold their attendance at your big events. So they may love to chop it up with you, but they're not going to be at your milestone birthdays. They're not going to come to your wedding. They're not going to come to something that is focused around celebrating you. And sometimes if they do come, they'll do things like come late, or they won't adhere to the dress code. Let's say that the party is an all black affair. They'll purposefully come with blue jeans on and a red top and claim that they didn't have time, or they are doing something right after or right before your event. Things that clearly in my eyes, I see as them not making the effort, but someone else may not see it that way. But this is why I want to open your eyes, because these are ways that haters try to infiltrate and chip away at your happiness, because they don't want to give you things like that favor or that approval or that support. A hater's mission is to silence you, humble you, invalidate you, and often hurt your feelings. Now, some may say, why do you call them a hater? They're my friend. They're in my presence. Or even, why do you consider this person a hater? They hired me. I wouldn't even have the job if it weren't for them. Well, the sneaky things that haters do is often, not even sometimes, often they try to pull you in close. Why? Because they have to have you in close proximity to them, because that is the only way that they can affect you. If you think about it, people can affect you if they're not in your circle and they're not in your life. Personally, they have to get close in order to do their damage. They try to build relationship with you so that you value their opinion, and then they withhold it. They'll do sneaky tactics like that, because that's the only way that the hate works. That's the only way that the hate will have an effect. So how can we take away a hater's power? You take away their power by giving those things to yourself. You give yourself favor, you give yourself approval, all of those words I went over in the beginning. You give yourself words of affirmation, you give yourself enthusiasm. You get excited for your own shit. You give yourself support, you give yourself reassurance, you give yourself encouragement. I can do this. I know this is a great thing. Okay, so see, when you tell yourself these things, you don't need anybody else to say it, because you got it. You got it. And it's not being big-headed. It's called confidence. It's called confidence, self-confidence, self-assurance. Something else we can do, if you want to take it a step further, you could seek those things out from one other person that you trust, like a friend or a family member or even a coach. Write down the good things that are happening to you. Write down the things that you want to tell people, and just express it and share it with one other person. Big emphasis on a person that you trust. This is someone that you have vetted. This might even be your parent, someone that knows you and that you know they truly care for you. And you may say, well, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging to this person. If you're telling all of your good things and all of your business to a person that truly, truly loves you and care about you, it will never seem like a brag to them. It will never seem like a brag to them, because they want what's best for you. They get happy when you get happy. They get excited when you get excited. So my advice to you is to keep shining, keep going. The worst thing that you could ever do is stop doing what you're doing, if it's a good thing. I've had people tell me that they stopped posting on Facebook because they weren't getting the likes that they thought they would get. And my advice to them was, first I'm like, why? Why? You're giving the haters what they want. Some people are not liking your posts because they want you to stop posting. It gets weird. Now, I know this may sound weird, but it gets weird. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. It's weird. It's weird energy. And that's the worst thing you can do. Keep shining. Keep going. Keep popping your shit. This is exactly what a hater wants you to do. Hide away. Go away. Disappear. Because they don't want to have to stomach you or stomach your greatness. And I'm not saying that everyone who does not like a post is a hater. I'm not saying that. The algorithm is crazy right now. But you know who I'm talking about. That friend or not friend, that associate or that person who is all over Rick Ross's Instagram wishing him a happy birthday. I love that meme because it says everything. It says everything. People wishing Rick Ross a happy birthday but won't even wish me a happy birthday. And these are your so-called friends. So you know who I'm talking about. That person is all over Rick Ross's Instagram wishing him a happy birthday, but then when it's your birthday, they're not saying a word to you. Or maybe they're telling you a bland happy birthday in the DMs, but they refuse to put it on your post. Now you know why. Now you know exactly why. So keep your head up. And if you're doing something great, keep going. Sometimes you won't get that approval or that support from anyone but a stranger. That's just the reality of this weird world that we're living in. So the best thing you can do is to walk away from a hater. Don't expect them to do positive things when it pertains to you and give you positive energy when you know that they are not for you like that. And if you're up in the air and you don't know whether someone's for you or not, pay attention to those things I just said. Are they withholding their support? Are they withholding their encouragement and enthusiasm when it comes to you? But you notice that they lay it on thick when it comes to other people. It's personal. It's you. It's personal to them, but it's not personal to you. Walk away. Don't expect positive anything from a hater. Expect them to be exactly who they are. A person who does not like you like that. Y'all be safe.